Get up here, tough. Easy. Walk, just walk.
Well, what we're doing out here is we're cultivating through in between the rows. But just labor-wise and manpower, it's so much easier to go through the rows with the cultivator, and it gets rid of the weeds and aerates the soil out. The language with the cattle is pretty much the same with the horses, is the direction that you're going. If you want them to go off to your right, you're going to say G. If you want them to come to you, you say ha. And then just regular speaking to them, easy, slow down, walk, things like that.
Jehovah, Jehovah, Jehovah.
We like to talk about draft. Draft is the length of your chain to your implement. And thinking about how an implement pulls, if you have the chain really short and you pull on it, it pulls the front up. If your chain is really long and you pull on it, it tips the front in. So if your draft is even, so it will ride even, then it's not very hard at all. You just kind of walk and just guide it. If your draft is off and it's nose diving or it's pulling out and you're trying to keep it in the ground, then you're really killing yourself and fighting yourself. I was always taught that you always want them to start when you're ready. So when you come around and you come back into your row, I don't want him taking off thinking that he's in charge and he's doing what he wants to do. So we come around, we stop, we pause, make sure everything's good, everybody's ready, then we take off again. So it's always important to make sure that they go when you're ready for them to go.
Tough, up step. Tough.
They do like to work. If you don't work them consistently and keep after them, when you bring them out after a while, they're sour, they're a little temperamental, and you got to bring them back into it and just remind them that this is their job. But all in all, they do like to work. They like to have a purpose. They want a job. They're not as fragile in the legs. We don't have to shoe them. You can put shoes on, but we don't have to. We can get into the woods. We can get into some pretty rocky conditions and get into tighter places than what horses can. Disadvantage is they're slow. They're much slower than a horse. Horse can cover more ground. I think people really don't understand or realize on how much in tune the cattle are to you. It's not only making the commands with my voice, but it's the stick movement, it's the stick placement, and it's your body position. I can move away from him and he knows to come to me. If I crowd him, he knows to go away. And it's a combination of voice commands, body position, and stick placement. And always like to say, you ask them to do something with your voice, you show them to do it with the stick and your body. So you always want to ask, and after a while they'll tune off of you. And I don't think people realize on how trainable the cattle really are. Head up, head up.